gonna start calling it, oh, there goes my camera. Erika's signature 10-point turn / just trying to get out of a space. Hi guys, it's so nice to be here. It is a little after 6 and I'm headed to the studio to go teach. Here we are. I uploaded, well, when this video is live, I will have uploaded my Disney vlog yesterday, which is exciting. It was such a fun day. I really did have like such a blast. There we are. Yeah, it was so fun. It was such a good day. Weather-wise, we like really lucked out. We really did. It didn't rain at all, which was incredible because these past few weeks, I mean, I'd say since we moved here, the end of May, it's been like nearly raining almost every single day. The air conditioning keeps blowing my hair up into my face. So yeah, it was so nice. Like, we were expecting that maybe it was gonna rain later in the afternoon, but it didn't rain at all, which was so lovely. And yeah, once the sun went down, I mean, even when the sun was out during the day, it wasn't that bad. It was humid and sticky, but it wasn't terrible. It's either like a lot of dashboard or a lot of steering wheel. I'm gonna try to figure it out a little bit better in the next day or two. I have to like, problem is I don't like give myself enough time to like figure things out. Anyway, so yeah, Disney was so fun. I'm trying to think, like, I thought of all these things I wanted to talk about. Ooh, the clouds look so beautiful tonight. Oh my goodness. I think I'm not supposed to be in this thing. Yeah, I couldn't believe that the Dole Whip was vegan, which, I mean, like, when you think of Dole Whip, I wanted to put on lipstick, but I forgot. I would never think of Dole Whip as being vegan, and there wasn't any dessert at the restaurant, which Skipper Canteen. So I'm like jumping around. Sorry. You see my hair? It's like I'm Beyonce. This is how I imagine Beyonce drives, with just like wind blowing in her hair. / she probably does not drive herself. / like she don't need to. So Skipper Canteen, great in terms of like very casual, like a great place to go if you kind of did what we did, which was stay at the parks all day. So we didn't give ourselves an opportunity to like go back home and change / like if you are going to be out all day and you don't want to go back to your hotel, then I think Skipper Canteen is a great option if you're in the Magic Kingdom, because it's very casual. You kind of like make it whatever you want to make it, you know, like I'm sure you could dress up a little bit more formally, but it's a very casual environment. So that was great. We didn't feel like out of place. The appetizer, we got the falafel balls without the chickpea like yogurt dipping sauce. Chickpea balls were amazing. Like really, really good falafel balls. The Mercedes behind me is literally driving so, like, where do you want me to go? Anyway, sorry. It's like my New York road, no, I wouldn't even call it road rage, just like, guys, like drive like good people. Anyway, I want to be in the left lane if I wasn't turning left. I digress. So the falafel was great. Then our waitress, we both wanted to get originally those noodles, but then our waitress was like, no, you should get the curry vegetable stew. It's so good. Of course, this person is also turning left. But I was like starving, and I was like, is the curry stew like a big meal? Because like the worst thing in the world, for me at least, is to order a meal, it to come and it's like too small, and then when you finish it, you're still hungry. Like how, I can't think of anything worse. So she was like, oh, like, you know, the curry stew is not like the biggest thing in the world. So my husband was like, all right, I'll get the curry stew, you get the noodles, and we can like share. So, and you know, this had just happened after the whole drink fiasco, which, I mean, I'll get there. But, so we get our dishes, and I was like so pleased with the size of mine. Like the noodle dish was huge, it was great. It was so under everything. Like, it was undercooked, under seasoned, it just wasn't good. It was really not good. And it was upsetting because it's like, it could, I mean, 50-50. Like, I'm sure it was like a 50% chance that it was going to be great, 50% chance it wasn't going to. But they didn't do anything to the tofu. And, like, hello, like, regular, like, run-of-the-mill tofu, when you just take it out of the package and taste it, it tastes like nothing. It tastes gross. And that's what it was. Like, it was like as if they just got, like, medium, like, firmness tofu and just cut it into cubes and then put it in the dish. So it didn't taste like anything. And I don't, like, who wants to eat just raw tofu like that? Then there were carrots in the dish as well that were raw. That I'm sure, like, we're supposed to be raw, but then when you also have so many undercooked ingredients, it just doesn't, it's not good. That's a little better. Anyway, so then the other issue was, like, it was also, like, not a hot dish. It was, like, kind of lukewarm. The broth was okay. It wasn't great. So then we get, you know, I was eating the noodles, and I was like, the ones that have been sitting in the broth are okay. Like, they were cooked enough that, like, I ate them. But, like, all the noodles on the top, it almost tasted like the dish had been sitting for a little while, and the noodles that were in the broth actually got cooked, whereas the ones that were on top were still, like, not raw, but definitely undercooked. And the whole thing, again, was under-seasoned, but I didn't want to salt and pepper it because it just, I don't know, it just wasn't good. Jeff's dish was really good, the vegetable curry. If you're going to go to Skipper Canteen and, like, you want to try a vegetarian, vegan dish or whatever, I would definitely go with the stew. But yeah, it really wasn't great, which was disappointing. Then, I mean, come on, guys, like, the most disappointing was, like, I wanted a drink so badly, and obviously, like, it's not for something that I've noticed before, because I guess I've never as an adult eaten dinner in the Magic Kingdom, and I just never put two and two together that, like, there's nowhere in the Magic Kingdom that serves alcohol, really. And, like, my parents, like, we've been going to Disney my whole life, but my parents aren't huge drinkers, and, like, I don't know, just never saw. And, like, where would you read that, you know? And, you know, I always think of Epcot, and, like, we've done drinking around the world, and anyway, so I was reading the menu, like, looking for a drink, and I was, like, so excited about, like, getting a drink with dinner, and, like, oh, it's gonna be so nice, because then, like, it'll be the evening, and we can relax. So I'm reading the menu, and I'm like, oh, spiced. It said, like, you know, Islanders Punch or something with an optional spiced rum was what I read. And the optional spiced rum part was in parentheses. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to get it spiked. And I didn't see, like, a wine list or any other sort of alcoholic beverages. So I was like, oh, okay, like, that must be their signature cocktail, and that's it. So our waitress takes our, like, what we're ordering, and then she's like, and what would you like to drink? And I was like, oh, this hair is, like, killing me right now. I was like, oh, I would love that, like, punch with, and I'm gonna get it with the spiced rum. And she was like, that's a spiced rum, we don't serve alcohol. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, actually nowhere in the whole Magic Kingdom serves alcohol except for be our guests, but, like, that's only at dinner, and it's only one. And I was just like, oh my god. And then I looked back at the menu, and I was like, I literally read rim as rum. It said with an optional spiced rim. But then I was talking to my husband, and we were like, why would you get a spiced rim? Like, what? This just doesn't make any sense. And why would you put it in parentheses? Like, I don't know. Like, I can't be the only one. And she's like, you know, you're not the only one who reads it as spiced rum. It's like, yeah, of course I'm not. Because, like, if there's anything that yesterday taught me, it's that, like, at the end of the day, like, parents are going to need a drink. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I can't. Especially, oh my gosh, it was so funny. It was just so funny. And that's what kind of led us to the Dole Whip, because, you know, if I have a glass of wine with dinner, usually I can, like, either, like, forego dessert if we're out, or, like, I'll have a little something, but it's never a big deal. I guess it's a sugar thing. Anyway, so then we were both like, well, we kind of want dessert. I could have gone without dessert, but then my husband was like, oh, I've never had a Dole Whip before. And it's, like, a pretty big, it's, like, a very popular Magic Kingdom thing. Like, it's pineapple ice cream, we thought, in pineapple juice. It just tastes delicious. It's so good, especially if you like pineapple, obviously. So then we were waiting for Pirates of the Caribbean, the ride, and we were going through, like, he pulled up this website that had, like, all the vegan options, because he was like, oh, are there vegan donuts? And I was like, I don't think there are anywhere in the park. And anyway, so he read that the Dole Whip was vegan, and I couldn't believe it. So we, like, checked a bunch of different websites just to make sure, and, like, the official Dole website even said, like, that most / all of their fruit recipes now, I guess, are vegan. Which is great. I mean, like, and we both said, like, it just goes to show, like, it's not hard to make something vegan. Like, it doesn't mean that it's going to be healthy for you. Like, a lot of people think, like, vegan, oh, so healthy. But, like, no, not at all. Which is, like, not the best, but whatever. So we got a Dole Whip. It was so good. I was so full after that. Like, I couldn't have anything. And, you know, and I guess in the end, it's probably a better thing. Like, I totally understand why they don't have drinks at the Magic Kingdom, because they want to, like, preserve the magic, and there's so many families there, and they don't want, like, belligerent drunks, like, walking around. Like, I totally 100% get it. But especially since we stayed there so late and we were so tired, it's probably a better thing that I didn't have any wine, because I'm sure, like, it was already such a struggle for me to get up to stay up until 11. I'm sure I would have been, like, it would have been worse. Anyway, so yeah, I finished the day and thought, like, wow, I can't believe, like, that we used to do this, like, my family and I, for, like, 7 to 10 days we used to go to Disney. Like, bless my parents, and, like, bless all parents who take their kids there, you know? Like, it's so exhausting. And granted, like, we spent the whole day out from, like, sunrise to sunset, but a lot of families do that. A lot of families, you know, if they're here for 5 days, if they're here for 2 days, if they're here for 10 days, like, they really go at it. And, you know, it's exhausting. There's so much stimulation. There's so much, like, coming at you. And especially, like, as a kid, like, there's so much to see. There's so much to do. And on top of all of that, it's so hot. So it's so hot. It's so humid. So, like, by the end of the day, I was so sticky, and, like, it was, like, such a great day. It really, really was. And we, I mean, if you watch the vlog, you'll have seen that we went to the Magic Kingdom, and we jumped over to Hollywood Studios, which was really fun, and then jumped back to the Magic Kingdom. It was just, like, such a full force, like, full day. And then this morning we both woke up and we're like, oh my god, we have Disney hangovers. Like, we're just tired, you know? Like, and again, I'm sure it's the heat. Like, it's gotta be just, you know, the heat and walking around all day. Although, like, we come from New York. Like, that's what we do. Like, we walk. You know, it's more of an adjustment, actually, for us to be sitting. Like, for me to be driving everywhere is weird versus, like, us walking all day. But again, like, I think it's the heat, and it's, like, you know, all the stimulation and everything that's going on, and then, like, you know, you're surrounded by all these people. And oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say. Like, BO is a thing. BO's a thing. Now, here's the deal. I personally don't think it's anyone's fault. Like, I mean, yes, some people don't wear deodorant or like perfume or anything, and, like, maybe they should. But by the end of the day, I came to the conclusion, and I was like, you know, you just can't help it. You can't help it. Like, at the end of the day, if you've been out all day in the heat, in the sun, you've been sweating, you've been going from, like, heat, air conditioning, heat, air, like, it messes with your body. And, like, by the end of the day, you just smell gross. Like, and it's not even just, like, it's body odor, but it's, like, body odor also just mixed with, like, dirty body. Like, it's disgusting. Like, and everyone smells bad, but, like, everyone's on top of each other. And, like, it was just, like, by the end of the day, I was just like, oh, like, I need to shower. I have to shower. Like, it's beyond just feeling, like, hot. Now it's like I need to wash the smell of, like, myself and, like, of everyone else off me. Like, oh, just need to get it off. And what's so funny is at one point I was thinking, like, oh, well, maybe if someone, like, was wearing perfume, or, like, maybe if you sprayed something on yourself, like, it wouldn't be that bad. But someone, like, a woman was in front of me at one point, and she had a lot of hairspray in her hair, and I, like, could smell the hairspray at one point. And And it was almost worse. It was almost worse because when it's that hot out and, you know, you're that exhausted, and it's almost better just to smell, you know, natural, you know, because like bodies and like hot and sweat, like body smell, body odor, it's natural. As gross as it is and as like nasty, it's still a natural bodily thing. So it almost, but then to like also get smacked in the face with like a chemical smell, it was almost worse. Like it almost made me more nauseous because it was like, oh God, like I can't also then be smelling like your chemical hairspray on top of like the body odor. Like it was too much. Anyway, so that was just too funny. Like such a funny, and you know, as a kid, like that, like it's never something. I mean, you might smell someone who's like smells gross, but like it's never something like you really take into, you know, in. But as an adult, you're like, oh God, everyone around me smells disgusting. And like I'm sure I did too. Are you kidding? Like I'm sure by the end of the day it was just nasty. I can't believe I got here already. Wow, that's incredible. So yeah, I'm just teaching, and then I'll go back home. And then tonight is Master Chef night, which is exciting. Love Master Chef. All right, I'm gonna cut this guy off. You know, Florida drivers are ruthless. Like, they've got some Jersey, New York driving skills. So I just parked. I'm a little bit early, but I guess I'll go in. This hair of mine is like too much. Too much. Whew. All right, we are done. I swear the funniest thing is, like, I'm in shape, guys. Like, we need to make that very clear. Like, I go to the gym like almost every day. I run, like, I run that, like, I would consider being like, I'm a runner. Like, you know, I run. I was a Pilates instructor for 3 years. Like, dance. Sometimes, and I mean, like, everyone has their days, I'm sure. Sometimes I'm like move like I'm 800 pounds. And like, not like there's anything wrong with being like 800 pounds, but like sometimes my limbs and my muscles feel so heavy. Today, like I'm choreographing these dances that we're doing. First of all, I kept forgetting it. Like, not teaching it. Teaching it was fine, but then like doing it, I kept forgetting it, which, like, I'm the one who made it up, so like, what? Kept forgetting it. And then on top of that, oh my gosh, I just, like, it's just so funny. Like, you do it, and like I'm so out of breath at the end. But here's the funniest thing is that, like, you know, I'm teaching like 20, 21-year-olds. Like, there's such a huge difference between like the stamina of, you know, a 20-year-old and the stamina of, like, you know, almost 30. I'm 28, but still, like, I'm like, I do this choreography, and I'm like, oh my God, I need water. Like, girl, you know, do you guys need water? No one needs water. No one needs water. No one needs to take a break. I'm like, you, like, sure? Like, no, everyone's good? Okay. Hilarious. Like, grandma needs, like, a break. Grandma needs, like, you know, water. I'm like, I will definitely have some bruises on my shoulders tomorrow, but no, it was great. You know, it just makes it you appreciate, because I'm sure in 5 years, again, it'll be like, you know, I can still do everything. It's just like, oh, you know, you run it a few times and you're like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I feel like a little bloated and gross today. I don't know why. Like, I wasn't feeling like that earlier. I just, like, feel gross now. And, like, maybe it was my outfit. I don't know. It's just, like, I was just not feeling myself. Thank you for watching. If you watched this and you had no idea what I was talking about, then go watch my day at Disney vlog. It's super cute. Like, I don't know, I love those, like, day at Disney vlogs because it's so fun. It's almost like you're there, but, like, you could be watching from the comfort of your own couch, which, like, ideal. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.